Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Stella Daskalakis.
I'm Mike Woolfolk. Also new tonight, it has sat empty for nearly 16 years. The once maximum security prison in Arenac County. It shut down back in October 2009. But
the now deserted property could soon have new life thanks to a bill introduced in the State House of Representatives. The lawmaker sponsoring the bill tells us it's his second attempt to get it passed.
Mid-Michigan Now's Courtney Bennett is here with more. And Courtney, what does this bill entail?
Mike and Stella, if passed and signed into law, it would allow for the Standish Correctional Facility to be put up for sale. Republican State Representative Mike Holdley introduced this bill and says he's been working on it for nearly 3 years.
We've got this roughly 88 acres of property with buildings and a full gymnasium, and it's just sitting there empty.
Representative Holdley says this site in Standish is a state liability.
Who knows what could happen in some type of a safety liability issue. A year ago, somebody tried breaking into the prison.
This prison opened in 1990. It ran for 19 years. The facility sits off of I-75 and the M61 corridor. Holdley says that it's a prime location, especially for this community in rural Michigan.
I'd like to see that become, once again, a benefit for the Standish community and possibly in a direction where it could benefit the whole state of Michigan.
He says about a year ago, they brought people into the facility, local and state leaders. At the time, there was talk of it possibly addressing Michigan's mental health crisis.
Bed space is an absolute shortage in the state, and just everything in the northern rural communities, everything in healthcare can be a little bit of a shortage there. So hopefully we could do something that would fill that void.
However, it would be up to a new owner to determine its use. Right now, the State Department of Corrections maintains the grass and made sure the boiler system was replaced. It's something taxpayers are on the hook for. If it's sold, Holdley says that it helps the community.
This now becomes back on the property tax rolls, as well as a water sewer customer for the local municipality. And something of that size and magnitude would certainly have to bring some amount of jobs.
The bill is headed to the House floor after passing in committee last week. Holdley says he has bipartisan support.
It's recognized of what this asset could do for such a small community.
I mentioned this bill was introduced last term. It was released to the House floor. However, lawmakers went into the lame duck session and the bill never got a vote. Earlier today, I reached out to the Michigan Department of Corrections on how much money it's costing to maintain the Standish property, and I haven't heard back. Reporting in the studio, Courtney Bennett, Mid-Michigan Now.